you. Welcome to the Get Ready for the Day routine. So we're going to switch it up a little bit today because I'm a little bit limited on time. I promised to give a ride to some acquaintances who are not well. They need to get to an appointment, so I'm going to, I don't want to say I'm going to rush through it, but let's switch it up a little bit and do some other things that are pretty important, a little bit of body mechanics, because that's also something that we don't always have time to work on, and just some things to think about when you're kind of doing like daily tasks that you need to do. So let's just do a really quick get ready. So breathing in and out, so breathing in through your nose, and out through your mouth, and your legs are a little wider than your shoulders. And your feet are planted on the ground, so you can feel every part of your foot on the ground, your heel, the balls of your feet, your toes, even the arches, all touching the ground, reaching the earth. And breathing in through your nose, and out through your mouth, and breathing in, feeling the oxygen flow into your body, and wake you up for this day. And bring your arms up and down and forward and down and up and down, forward and down and up and down and forward and down. And now just your elbows and just to the side are going to bend down and stretching those arms up, giving your wrists a little waggle here, and then a little clap, and opening and closing your fingers, and if you can, your toes too, or just try and get your toes wiggle, wake them up. Just some little gentle knee bends. And straightening them. And grab onto something nearby. Put something sturdier than this. Just don't have anything that's within camera range. One foot ahead of you. I want you to lean in that front foot a little bit. Stretch out the back leg. Knees, but I want you to feel that back leg, so your weight's kind of in the middle. Reaching out. And bringing that foot forward. And stretching your toes up towards your knee or your shin. So you just pull your foot a little bit. And watch it goes. And turn around. And grabbing on to whatever you have that's sturdy. Leaning into that front leg. Up and going down in the middle, so it's the middle, and feeling that back leg stretching out a little. And on the same foot, you're going to pull your toes towards your knees. How much they go? Maybe a little bit. Come on, hold on to something here. And feeling a little better. Let's give just a couple shoulder rolls and try and pick up your chest and point it toward the sky. So every time you think about it today, try to pull your shoulders back a little, pull them back, and think about your posture. Every time you think of it, a few times a day, and your body will start to remember that. posture. So I want to go back to what we talk about a lot, that is the weight shift. So I talk about this all the time because, you know, in dance it's something that, if you're learning dance really at any age, but especially if you're learning it when you're older, it's something that I feel like you ought to learn right at the beginning because most people are focused on just, you know, learning steps, getting right into it, which, you know, since, you know, hopefully you're enjoying it and doing it for fun, which you definitely should get dancing as soon as possible. But I want you to also have a little bit of knowledge about, you know, how your body works and what you're doing. So how you shift your weight from foot to foot is something I focus on a lot. And thinking about their square here, which here are the top two corners here, the bottom two corners, your hips. So pretend there's lines drawn here, that is your square. And the square, you want to try and shift it as though it's sliding along a table. So not like this or this, you're not tipping it over, you're not distorting it, you're not having one side go up or down, just trying to keep that square. And with that in mind, I just want you to kind of rock a little bit from side to side, thinking about that square and thinking about keeping that square just on one level. So you're sliding that square back and forth on a flat surface. So your hips are in the same place. If you have a mirror, that's a good way to do it because it's kind of hard to feel without actually seeing it. We'll put a piece of tape here and try and keep that tape parallel to the floor. Maybe we'll do that one day. So just to feel that square. Now, why is the square important? Because this is going to help you with your balance. Balance is something we need. Not just for dance, but in our daily lives. It's something that if we don't maintain it, it tends to deteriorate, so we want to keep on it or develop it if we don't really have it, because these are all things that that can be learned and developed. So keeping your feet a little bit apart, I'm going to think about sliding that square all the way onto one leg. So one leg has all of your weight on it, and this square is stacked right on top of your leg. So it's like if something like if like I were going to have a stick going through, it would go right to the floor. And what does this do? So if you needed to, now you don't have to necessarily pick up this leg, but try and test yourself a little bit with it. This frees up your other leg. So this leg can, oh, thank you, Oscar. It's so good, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And so this is for balance, and with this leg free, you can possibly lift it up, but you can also step on it. So we were learning that in dance the other day, we were doing some line dancing, and just to get over on this foot, you have to have your weight on the other one. So taking that square, let's just shift it to the other leg, give that one a rest, and just kind of test yourself. You can lift it up. As you see this, when you're stacked over this leg is free to move. So there's a lot you can do with that. Especially if, like, you're climbing stairs or something, you have to get from one stair to the other, and if you're having some issues, you know, here in Florida, we don't have a lot of stairs. Most things are, you know, houses at least are on one level. Oh, you're the best, Oscar. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do you have stairs in your house? Or wherever you live? So, yeah, stairs are not really thin here. So when you do run into a set of stairs, you're like, haven't done that in a while. So, when you're shifting your weight over to one leg, so you're holding on here, which I advise to do on stairs always, this leg is free to pick up and put on the next one. So just things like that, climbing, going up, stepping, balancing. It's a very good exercise to take that square. And remember, you have that square, you want to shift it from one leg to the other, make sure you're stacked. And then just kind of test out this leg. Maybe see if you can move around a little bit. And that is a way you can, really the best way for your body to function, to take steps and to balance. So, balance is another thing. So, say you drop something on the floor, whoops, and you need to bend down to get it, or you're trying to lift something, right? So, as I hope you know, like this is a big no-no. This is the best way to hurt your back. So you don't want to just bend over and try and pick it up like this. What you want to do is more of a squat. So you're gonna put your legs a little bit apart, and you want to kind of turn them out a little. You want a nice stable base, and then you're just going to sink down. This is another one where you want your weight kind of in the middle, and you want that good base, and you don't want to bend over before you need to. So you're going to get down first, and then you want to get whatever it is, pick it up, and come back. So you want to avoid any kind of these motions when you're lifting something, especially something heavier. That's really, you want to be focused on first getting down and really using your legs to lift, because this puts a lot of strain on your back, especially on your lower back. When you hurt your lower back, if you've ever done that, it's really hard to move. So back injury is the worst. So coming to the other foot, so you want that nice big base, and you want to sink down before you lower yourself, and try and grasp it from here, and use your legs to push yourself up rather than trying to like a lever. So that's one of the other things I wanted to talk about. Also, when picking things up, if one leg hurts, you're going to have to sink down on one leg. That's a good time to think about your square. And because if you tilt, you're going to be putting more pressure on the one leg that doesn't hurt. It's already going to be carrying more of a burden with your body weight. So I want you to just think about sliding that square over onto it first before you reach down and grab whatever it is that you need. We work a lot on knees here too, as knees are something that tend to give us trouble. So when you're bending your knees, I want you to think about getting your knee right over your foot. So a lot of our troubles stem from when we're sticking that knee from side to side, right? So I want you to think about getting it right over there, whether you're exercising or when you need to bend it more, so you are bending down to get something. You want to be careful not to let those knees go in the wrong direction. So you want those knees to, as much as possible, go right over your foot before you reach down. See, I'm bracing myself a little. If you can squat right down, great. Do that. But a lot of us have to help ourselves a little like that. I can hear my knee creaking. But a lot of our knee troubles stem not really just from, not having the cartilage worn down, but the muscles around our knee can stiffen up and become very painful. They can swell, all of that. So getting these muscles a little bit loosened is very often the solution to knee problems before you go into the more extreme things. So always make sure that you explore those kind of options. So just one more, very last thing with our weight shifting, and this is just taking stands. And I don't know about you, but I stand a lot, and I start to feel a lot of tension up here. And one thing we can do just to kind of relieve that a little is shifting our weight forward over the balls of our feet. So if you're just standing up straight, use your normal posture, but I want you to feel like you're, your posture nice and straight. And I don't want you to bend forward so I just want you to feel like somebody came up behind you and is just like kind of tipping you over. And just shifting the weight of your body from your heels to the balls of your feet. You know, if you want to, you can try and test that a little, but it's not something that you have to necessarily see. I just want you to think about that feeling, try and connect it with your brain, a little rock forward. So you're carrying weight more towards the front of your body to relieve a little tension on those heels. So my fireflies, I'm sorry I have to cut a little bit short today. We'll be back on Friday, and so I'm going to jump back on again with the intermediate. I'm going to do something similar, but a little more dance-oriented. So if you want to hang on for that, just to see, you know, we apply this everywhere. And hopefully we'll still have time for at least to repeat our choreography after that. And my fireflies, I hope to see you on Friday or maybe tonight. You're going to have a look at yesterday's live. I don't think it posted, but we're going to try and get it up. So my love to my fireflies. Oh, wonderful.